Dope, 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 let's get it. I'm a trapping fanatic, that shit automatic, so I cannot turn it on or off. Bitches all on my dick, then she hop on my dick, I'm like, why you keep hopping on and off? Yo, bitch all on my dick, she be doing the most. I tell her, little bitch, she so extra. And my gun up on me, but not run up on me. Niggas, they wanna fight, they some wrestlers.
It was the night of Naruto's birth, and a lot of things went the same as usual. However, it was storming the next day. The cloudy sky darkened the village, signifying a great loss which had just happened. A robed figure enters the village without being detected by the Yamanaka clan, which was very strange. Within the hospital sat a baby Naruto who was being cared for by nurses along with many other orphaned infants. All the nurses in the room would suddenly be knocked out. The robed figure then walks into the room and makes it to a baby Naruto. As they reach out for him, he begins to laugh. This causes the robed figure to then pause for a moment, as a voice is then heard from behind them, as we see the third Hokage. I knew you'd come here, but I can't allow you to take him. What will happen if I take the boy away from this place? Then I'll have shinobi sent right after you. You cannot hide forever. The odds are truly not in your favor. The mysterious figure then looks down at Naruto. For this boy, that's a gamble I'm willing to take. A kunai is then thrown towards the Hokage, who catches it, but then realizes that there's an explosive tag on it. Hiruzen decides to take the full force of this explosion to protect those within the building, while the person in robes jumps out of the window with Naruto. They begin to jump from roof to roof and manage to make it to the gate of the village, as this is when Danzo and his root members would appear, blocking the path. It ends here. Return what belongs to the leaf. Why should I give him back to you when you talk to him as if he's property, not a human being? Be realistic. That thing you hold within your arms is nothing more than a monster. A tear then drops from their face to the cheek of Naruto. As if I'd let him grow up in a place like this. Multiple explosions then begin to go off from within the village as the person in robes then flashsteps by Danzo and his Anbu, using a smoke bomb. They continue to keep running, making it far away from the leaf, as they use the heavy rain and fog to cover their tracks, and they would even create a shadow clone that helps them get far away. For days, they continue to travel and make it as far as they can, and they actually end up entering the land of stone. The robed figure then enters a large house with multiple attendants. Once in a room alone, Naruto is laid on the bed and the robes come off of this mysterious person. The woman then lays against the wall, beginning to cry at the loss of her son. Damn it, Minato. Why sacrifice yourself for that terrible, corrupted place? She then remembers all the people in her life who have done the same, before saying, not again. It ends with you. Minato, your son will not be a part of that village. Tsunade wipes the tears off of her face and looks over at the bed to see a baby Naruto rolling around. As he rolls out of his blanket, this is when she sees the seal that was on his stomach. You've got to be kidding me. Just when I thought this couldn't get any harder. That's why they wanted you to stay so bad. But don't worry. Your grandmother will protect you until she draws her final breath. The skies then begin to clear up as time finally begins to fly by. Naruto was raised in this small town by his grandmother and is known by the people of this town. He was raised in a loving environment. There's no hatred towards him at all. Even the people enjoy Naruto a lot. He's still pretty young here, around 6 years old, but he helps around as much as he can. Tsunade tries to raise Naruto without violence to prevent him from becoming a shinobi, but she can tell that's the path that he's headed towards. She knows deep down that someone who bears a tailed beast cannot remain what this world would call normal. So in the event that he does become a shinobi, at least he can remember the times in his life that were peaceful. Because once that time arrives, the only thing that lies ahead is battle. Naruto came home from the town's library one day and jumped into the front room. His grandmother scolds him for not taking off his shoes first, but Naruto ignores this. "I'm gonna protect you now, Granny Tsunade." "Is that so? Protect me from what?" "The bad guys, who else? Like in the books." Tsunade was used to this hero-like talk from her grandchild, and she actually enjoyed it. "Oh yeah? And how will you protect me? You only know basic taijutsu and you're not even the best at that." "Yeah? Well, that changes today." Naruto places his left hand on his right wrist while extending his right arm. Tsunade turns her head, looking down at him, wondering what he was doing, hoping that he wasn't about to destroy the house somehow, but that wouldn't be possible at his age. This is when a branch extends from the floor and guards Naruto's body. Tsunade and Shizune then fall from their chairs, and Naruto stands back up straight, pointing at himself. Pretty cool, right? Tsunade looks back at Naruto and remembers her own grandfather. But how is this possible? How could Naruto use wood release? He was only half Senju after all. Shizune would get up from the floor and looks towards Naruto. "Although that's a pretty nice trick, you managed to mess up the flooring." Naruto looks down, seeing that the branches ripped through the house. "Oh right, I can do this too." He begins to sweat even harder as he makes the branches go away, and since they had wooden floors, he patches it up with wood release. This left the woman in the room in pure disbelief at what Naruto could do with so little training that he's had. Tsunade puts her head down on the table and tells Naruto to wait in the room. Naruto goes upstairs as she begins to cry. She tried to avoid it. She tried to avoid Naruto becoming a shinobi, but it's going to happen anyway. She doesn't want her only family to end up dying like the rest to protect a village that has done nothing for them in return. Shizune then comforts her friend by telling her that Naruto is gifted beyond their belief. To hold him back was going to hurt him more than help him. And if he was this gifted one day, he could even protect himself. Tsunade would continue to cry before realizing that she was right, as this is when she goes into Naruto's room. When she walks in, he was sitting there, meditating, with small tree branches around his body. She closes the door so that he doesn't hear a sound and he remains focused. As he begins to create something, his focus is then broken by how exhausting this ability makes him. He falls back onto the floor while sweating. "You seem exhausted, but you seem to be having a lot of fun." "Oh, Granny Tsunade, what's up?" "Naruto, do you understand what that ability you have is? And why it's so special?" "Not really. Why?" "You are a direct descendant of the first Hokage from the Leaf Village, Hashirama Senju. Pay attention, because I'll only tell you this boring story once." Tsunade then goes on to explain everything to Naruto. Well, everything that's led up to this point. And she explains the reason why they don't live in the Leaf Village as well. After hearing this, Naruto stands up, holding out his fist. "I'm going to become stronger than even my great-grandfather." Tsunade's eyes then widen as she sees a silhouette of her younger brother within her grandchild. This brings her more than just hope. It truly wakes her up to what Naruto could become. She sighs and tells Naruto that they'll soon leave this town, so don't get too comfy, as they need to move somewhere else. 2 years would go by before the topic is brought up again, and then days would go by as Tsunade, Naruto, and Shizune are seen leaving their town. The people of the town would then send them off with a great celebration, and this is when someone else would arrive. Tsunade watches Naruto play with the other kids around his age, as she then hears a voice. "This kid must be special if you're asking for my help out of all people. Me and you both know you're the only person that I can call on." She turns her head, looking up at Jiraiya, who would smile. His eyes continue down towards her chest, causing her to fold her arms. Can you be serious for just a moment? Ah yes, back to the real business. That little stunt you pulled 8 years ago has thrown the village into chaos. Without the Jinchuriki, they feel very vulnerable to many attacks. As if they do. Naruto is still a child. Even if he was in the village, there's not much he can do, and he hasn't even received any proper training. Tsunade, I don't think you understand who you're actually talking about. That boy. You still believe him to be weak and lonely. You still believe him to be the weak and lonely baby you rescued. But he's stronger than you believe. Tsunade sits there in thought before Jiraiya would continue. What type of training did you have in mind for him? Did you want me to take you three to Mount Myoboku? Yes. Jiraiya was actually shocked by this as he wasn't even serious. I believe that would be the best environment for someone like Naruto if he's taken away from the influence of this corrupted shinobi world. Tsunade, why not also bring him back to the don't even finish that sentence Jiraiya? All I want is for him to become strong enough to protect himself. That is all. Jiraiya sighs and tells her that they can head out after this celebration is over. Once the party dies down, Tsunade gets Naruto and tells him that they're leaving now. Naruto is sad by this as he considers this rocky area his home. Before they leave, he then runs to the center of the town as he pulls a seed from his pocket and plants it within the center and pours water on it. Jiraiya walks over to Naruto, introducing himself and putting his arm around him. Kid, it'll take a long time for that tree to fully be grown. I know. That's why I'm going to help it. Naruto slams his hands to the ground as a small tree then comes from it and begins growing until it's as tall as one of the buildings. Jiraiya falls to his back, shocked that Naruto could do something like this. He gets back up instantly and ruffles the boy's hair. Not half bad, kid, but we can make you even stronger than that. Naruto's eyes would light up as all 4 of them would then depart to Mount Myoboku. When they arrive, Naruto begins to look around at everything that's going on as all of it interests him. Jiraiya then tells him that it's okay for him to go out and explore because he'll be able to find him using Sage or Senjutsu. Naruto then begins to explore as this would lead him to an area with large spikes and wooden boards. He decides to mess around using the wooden boards to then balance himself on top of the spikes as he holds himself there by sitting, and then he begins to do tricks, such as holding himself there with one hand trying to focus. As he does this, a toad begins to watch him. After quite some time, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Shizune are then found by Fukasaku. Jiraiya boy, who is that child you've brought with you? Oh, you've seen him. Quite a spectacle, isn't he? He's my newest student, Naruto Senju. Wait a minute, where did you see him at? This is when Fukasaku leads them to the area that Naruto was at. Instead of a handstand, the boy was now sleeping on top of the board. Calling that boy a mere spectacle is downplaying his pure talent. Who is his father? Tsunade then speaks up, explaining Naruto's lineage, and after hearing that the boy is from, a descendant from the god of shinobi, he still believes that something makes Naruto more special than even that. Without realizing it, Fukasaku was sensing Ashura's spirit inside of Naruto. Soon, his training would begin, and by the age of 10, Naruto could use every chakra nature with ease, as he was an elite medical shinobi as well. Not only this, he was improving steadily with his wood release training. Fukasaku and Tsunade were the ones who focused on this training to further help Naruto. His wood release it would be stronger than they all believed it initially to be. Due to growing up in an area with lots of chakra to always harness, Naruto's abilities were in a class of their own. Jiraiya wanted him to learn Toad Sage Mode, but Fukasaku disagreed. When Jiraiya asked why, the answer was given. Toad's Sage Mode is below that boy's strength. He needs to find the area where his ancestors learned Sage Mode. I believe that will bring out his true strength. Jiraiya understands, but decides with Tsunade to have 2 more years of training for the boy. For these 2 years, Naruto learns the seals of the Uzumaki clan and learns how to use the adamantium chains. At the end of the first year, Jiraiya then has another test for the boy. Naruto sits in a cave alone as he's forced into the realm of the nine-tailed fox that resides within his own body. Naruto then looks forward towards the fox and keeps walking towards the cage. You look so angry. Why? That is because time after time, I've been trapped into a human's body. My power has been stolen each time. And you humans never learn the error in your ways. That's why you're constantly forced into battle. Now then, there's you, another brat who wants my power. You're right. I do want your power, but I'm not gonna steal it. That's not how I was raised. I want you to give it to me instead. Make your own decision. Hearing this, Kurama was taken back, but called Naruto a liar. If I truly wanted your power, I would just do what my great-grandfather did. Kurama then gets a short flashback after Naruto shows off wood release, to then Hashirama suppressing him in the battle, with Madara. And then he looks down at Naruto's darker hair as he notices that he's the spitting image of Ashura. Something about him just completely reminds Naruto of him. Leave my presence. Naruto shrugs his shoulders, saying that he'd be back. When Naruto wakes up, he's asked how the progress was made. I've made no progress to connect with the Nine Tails, but I will eventually. Jiraiya then suggests to use wood release to suppress and take the power, but Naruto declines that offer. I've thought long and hard about the battle between Madara and Hashirama. If Madara had truly connected with the Nine Tails, he may have discovered an even greater power that lied beyond. But instead, he forced his own hatred upon the beast. So instead of doing that, I'm going to take my own way by befriending the tail beast and making him my ally. Tsunade then tells her son that she's proud of him and the person that he's becoming, but they still have 1 more year left. For this final year, Naruto perfects as many techniques, fighting styles, and jutsu that he can. Every other month, he does have a conversation with Kurama, but none of them truly convince the tail beast to even give a single ounce of his power. By the end of the year, Naruto's strength was at least at the level of a Jonin, but his experience is what set him back. Tsunade wanted her son to gain this experience in the shinobi world, so she and Jiraiya decided to aid him in his journey until they feel he's comfortable, ready to go out on his own. They travel with Shizune as well and keep going until they enter the land of waves. They check into a hotel that's run by a sweet old man. After checking into their rooms, Jiraiya explains what's going on here. There are multiple Jonin shinobi from the bingo book, as well as bandits and more rogue shinobi that run this town in the background. Their leader is a man named Gato. He's the one in charge, the one who pulls the strings. My intel network says that there's a bridge being built, and there's a shinobi team here that's here to confront them. I don't believe that they're capable enough of finishing this mission on their own. Naruto, your job is to assist this team as much as you can. They don't know your identity, since you're practically a brand new shinobi to this world. So this mission is perfect for you. If they ask your name, do not tell them, and do not reveal anything that could give away your identity. Okay. Alright then. I'll be heading out to scan the area first. Hopefully they haven't got started without me. As Naruto gets up, his mother was holding his sleeve. Well, his grandmother was holding his sleeve. Yes, Granny? She looks up with tears in her eyes. Make sure you come back alive from this, even if it is easy. Naruto hugs her, promising that he will. Plus, he has his good luck charm with him. Naruto then shows the necklace that she gave him, making her smile and wipe her tears, as he then heads out to the bridge, but he goes downstairs to the lobby first, where there were multiple men surrounding the old man who works at the hotel. They ordered him to bring the money for this week, but he says there isn't much at all. As they were about to hit him, Naruto put his hand on one of their shoulders. What the hell? Whose brat is this? Naruto then punches the man in his stomach, sending him flying out of the door, breaking the doors as well. The others who attack then are sent out the door as well. As Naruto begins to walk out of the door, the old man would yell out to him that it's too dangerous, but Naruto then states, if you are too weak to protect yourself, then I'll be the one to fight for you. Naruto continues forward towards the men, forming a Rasengan in one of his hands as he continues to walk slowly. One of them then jumps back at him. As he dodges the fist, he slams the Rasengan into his chest. This sends him soaring back at high speeds, and he knocks his ally out as well. The last one then rushes Naruto, who dodges his blade. With each swing, Naruto decides to gather more and more intel. Who are the strongest shinobi in your ranks? The bandit then tells him about Zabuza and Haku, but that he'd never defeat them. After this is stated, Naruto stabs his shoulders with the adamantine chains that stem from his back. The man coughs up blood, and Naruto would throw him to the side, picking up his sword and its hold. Not bad of a blade. It's something I can work with. Naruto then flash steps from the area, and Team 7 was seen on the bridge in deep trouble. Sasuke was trapped in the crystal ice mirrors. Sai and Sakura were surrounded by bandits and rogue shinobi, and Kakashi was dealing with Zabuza by himself. Sasuke, by this point, had already sustained many injuries from Haku and could barely even move. More needles will come from every direction towards him, and Sakura sees this, screaming for him to move. His body wouldn't respond though, but somehow all the needles are then blocked. Sasuke looks up with his blurred vision to see someone standing there with golden chains that sprung from their back. You look like you needed a hand. All the chains then whip around in a fast motion as they destroy each ice mirror, revealing the real Haku who would flip away to gain distance. There you are. Naruto does the hand signs, which causes wood release clones to then disperse around the area. Haku watches one of them go towards Zabuza, but as he tries to run and help, the blade of Naruto is then thrown in his way. Naruto walks over to the silver blade, picking it up, causing it to then turn gold as the adamantium metal is then infused with it. Much better, don't you think? Ice spikes are then sent Naruto's way, but he uses a firewall to stop it in its tracks. This jutsu is so potent that it shoots into the sky, shocking all of those around. Just who was this kid? Haku then sees Naruto rushing straight at him from the flames and uses more ice spikes to then stab through his body. But as he does this, the golden blade of Naruto spears through his chest. You can rest peacefully now. Naruto pulls the blade back out, looking forward to see that his clones have taken down the bandits that surrounded the two Genin. Alright, just one more. Kakashi and Zabuza continued their battle and continued to go back and forth. As soon as there was an opening, Naruto cut off Zabuza's arm. It hits the ground as he looks towards Naruto. He points the blade that he has in his other hand at Naruto, who would sheath his own. This battle is over, Zabuza of the Mist. Don't you dare take pity on me. Who said I was doing that? You've killed too many for me to just let you live. Lightning style. Serpent's Wrath. A giant electric snake then charges at Zabuza, completely destroying him. Naruto then turns back to Sasuke, who seemed to be more injured than the rest. He heals him with the touch of his hand and his chakra. not even using hand signs at all. Team 7 watches this with amazement, wondering who this person was, as he was around their age as well. Naruto stands back up as he says, "It's not over yet. Look." This is when more bandits and Gato himself would arrive, to see that his strongest men had been killed. Suddenly, a wave of water would then slime down on all of them, causing them to be soaked, as Naruto then looks to Kakashi, who then forms a lightning blade in his hand, stabbing it into the water, causing them all to be electrocuted, as they would fall to the ground. Naruto then walks over to Gato, who was barely breathing. Kakashi would shout out that he doesn't have to do this and it's over. But Naruto looks at him. "And what do you think will happen if he somehow gets out of jail? He'll do this all over again." Naruto then kills him. "I had a job to do and I completed it no matter what the cost was." Naruto would then vanish from the area, causing Team 7 to then sit there in shock. Sasuke now had a new goal ahead of him, to become stronger than this mystery shinobi, as that will prove as his test to finally killing his brother. Naruto, on the other hand, went back to the hotel and went to his room after taking a bath. His mother walks in to see that he was perfectly fine, as she would say she's proud. He thanks her before sitting back up and looking out of the window, wondering what was going to happen next. Naruto turns to her, asking a question that's been on his mind for a while now. Where are the rest of the Senju? Tsunade sighs, telling Naruto that after the death of Tobirama, the remaining Senju in the Leaf Village went into hiding. The Senju believe only those of their blood should lead them. All of them are just a bunch of ego-fueled idiots. What if we rebuild the Senju under us? It wouldn't work like that, Naruto. Why not? Because, Naruto, the only known location of the Senju is in the Leaf's possession. They have the info on the Senju. Well, the Hokage does. Naruto then stands up. Alright, it seems we know our next location then. We're heading to the Leaf Village. Why are you so focused on them, Naruto? You could live a good life, far away from any village. What are you talking about, Granny? I don't want you to become a shinobi. A shinobi? Naruto then looks at her with a puzzled expression. No, I have a much better idea than that. I'm going to unite all the Senju under me and protect the shinobi world. Since the Senju are among the strongest shinobi to ever walk the earth, I want to lead them and help protect everyone else. But this could also unite all the great nations. This way they'd see our family as protectors of the peace. Naruto, you do understand how hard it would be to unite all of them under you. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, but I want to do it. She sighs and goes to find Shizune. Speaking of her, I didn't really speak much on her, well, in the beginning of this video. But here, I figured we could make her much stronger since she is the godmother of Naruto and the protector of Tsunade. So here, she's a highly skilled ninja that can go hand to hand with any of the Sannin. Now I'm not saying she'd beat Jiraiya in Sage Mode or Tsunade with her 100 Seal technique or Orochimaru with all of his own techniques in different bodies. I'm just saying her strength is in that realm. Now, let's continue. Naruto, Tsunade, and Shizune head off towards the Leaf Village. But they'd have to sneak inside. Since their DNA is already in the Leaf's database, the Yamanaka clan is not alerted by their presence when entering the village. They check into a hotel, and Naruto wonders why there were so many rooms already booked out. The man at the front desk would tell Naruto that the Chunin exams is happening soon, which excites him, as he wishes he could participate, but he knows he'll only be able to see it. But for now he must remain focused on his mission, stealing the last documents and letters left by the Senju. Tsunade lays out a map of the Hokage building and the room, but Naruto questions where she got it. Tsunade then hits him on the head. I'm the granddaughter of the first Hokage. Where else do you think I got it? Oh, yeah, that's right. Sometimes I forget. How do you forget, Naruto? You're the spitting image of the first and second Hokage if you were to combine their looks. Really? Shizune would sigh, pulling out the book. She shows Naruto pictures of Lord First and Lord Second with Tsunade as she was a child. Naruto remarks how innocent she looks, causing Tsunade to hit him again. I'm still the same person. Anyway, we need to get into the Hokage's office and first get his keys. Then, we can head to the file room. There, we'll have to find the letters left by the Senju and then seek them out. Lady Tsunade, if I may, what will we do if the Senju have moved locations? Naruto then smirks. They won't move at all. They're waiting for me, as I'll be the one to lead them. No matter what it takes, I'll prove myself to them. Naruto looks out the window towards the Hokage building, holding out his fists. Wait a minute. I think I have a better idea. The next day, Team 7 was seen returning to the village as they would head to report their mission. Hiruzen smirks, seeing them return. Good, you all are back, and just in time. How did the mission go, Kakashi? After Kakashi goes over the mission report, the team are told about the Chunin exams, but Kakashi says they will stop by later and register. The Genin have some time to rest, and Hiruzen understands. As then, Kakashi will become serious after they leave the room. Lord Third, I ran into a mysterious child, who I believe is a Senju. Really? That would mean they had moved locations. Well, at least some of them did. Yes, and I'd like to add my report to the Hokage building file room. Yes, Kakashi. Here are the keys. Kakashi then heads to the room, but transforms into Naruto. He looks at the keys and creates an exact replica of them using wood release, and then returns them as Kakashi to Hiruzen. He would leave the room and heads back to the hotel where Tsunade and Shizune sat patiently. Naruto hops in through the window scaring them but shows them the wooden keys. Not too bad. Yeah, but he's a little late. What took you so long? Well, I had to make sure the other shinobi cooperated as well. What do you mean, Naruto? Well, I told them about my plan to find my clan, and the one named Kakashi supported it. He gave a saddened look though. I don't know why. But then I made friends with the other three. You did what? Naruto, they pose a risk to the mission and the Senju. Wait, why? Because we don't know their intentions. Naruto tells her that it'll be fine, because he had already made a plan for that. He told the shinobi he was staying outside the Leaf at a camp somewhere as he gave them false directions. Now they can lay low and watch the Chunin exams. Tsunade sighs, and Naruto pleads with her to let him watch it, at least the end of it. With some convincing from Shizune, they would stay in the Leaf Village. As many days pass, Naruto gets used to being here. It was so different from moving into different places all the time. There were always friendly faces here. It was something that felt warm to Naruto. Sure, he had his mother, well, his grandmother and his godmother, but this was different. It felt like he could make friends here, like it could be a home. But he knew he wouldn't be able to, especially with his own goal. Soon, the final part of the Chunin exams was announced, but not the final, the preliminaries. Naruto would go to watch them in a disguise as a Leaf citizen. He walks in to see a fight had already started. This was the match of Rock Lee against Gaara. Naruto watched on with amazement. So this was the power of the 8 gates I heard so much about. I wonder how well it would do against Jinchuriki, as Naruto could already sense the one-tails inside of Gaara. The fight still ends in a loss, but that night, while in the hospital, Lee was visited by Naruto. Who is that? Guy Sensei? No, but I'm a friend. I thought your battle today was amazing, and I'd hate to see a person like you go to waste here in this hospital. The surgery and healing process is risky, but it can be done, especially by someone like me. Lee would nod, agreeing, taking the risk, as Naruto smiles and performs it. In the morning, when Team Guy would arrive with the doctors to check on Lee and his condition, they are astonished to see him doing one-armed push-ups on the ground. 141, 142, 143. Lee continues to do so until reaching 150. That's much better. Now I believe I should ask the doctor if I can go get some fresh air. Lee then turns, being hugged by Tenten and Guy Sensei. Lee, how are you okay? I was healed last night by a fellow warrior that I impressed in my battle. He said he could not give me his name, but he said that he wished to help me and help this world one day. My guy was confused by noting that only someone like the slug Princess Tsunade could have done this. So who was this mysterious warrior? The month of training goes by quickly, and Naruto goes to watch the finals of the Chunin exams. He watches the first matches, and everything goes the same. Until, well, it would still go the same with the Leaf Village being attacked. Naruto would then wonder what he should do. He could look for Tsunade and Shizune, but he figured that they would be already getting the information from the Hokage Tower, so there's no point for him to go and find them. Instead, he needed to help the people around him. He leaves it to them, and he begins to wake up people who were casted into the Genjutsu by Kabuto. After, he speeds off after Gaara and the Uchiha. Their battle hadn't continued yet, so he made it just in time to see the half transformation of Gaara and Shukaku. Good, I'm not too late. Let me handle this one. Naruto dashes around the Sanjinchuriki and places his hands out. Wood release, suppression pillars. 6 pillars arise from the ground around Gaara, and he begins to de-transform. However, the power of the curse mark awakens within Sasuke and breaks down 2 of the pillars with Chidori, as he would also send Naruto flying throughout the forest. Naruto manages to recover, with only a couple major injuries in his arm. His right one, to be specific. He then hears a loud noise and looks up to see the One-Tails emerge. Great, now I have an even bigger problem on my hands. Let's see, what were the hand signs for that jutsu again? This one, then this one? No, it was this one. Okay, I got it. Naruto then does multiple hand signs and smiles while extending his arm. Wood style, dragon jutsu. The dragon then emerges from his palm and wraps around the tailed beast, suppressing it and holding it still. That should buy me enough time. Naruto then heads back to the area to see Sasuke, as he was captured by sand. He breaks him free and then knocks him out. Naruto would create a wood clone that takes Sasuke away from the area as we begin looking back at the One-Tails. Well, this is the first tailed beast I've come across, so how should we make my debut to the shinobi world? Naruto jumps in the air smiling before landing on a tree. He pulls out his sword and points it towards the head of Gaara. No, I don't want to kill him. There must be a way to save him. Ah, there we go. He would notice Gaara's chest poking a little bit through, so he would go to it and add another seal. This will fully protect him against the nightmares and voices his tailed beast would use to try and haunt him with. After this is when the One-Tails crumbles and Naruto is forced to save Gaara from hitting the ground. He walks away from this area and heads back to the Leaf Village and searches for his family. He finds Tsunade rather quickly, but neither of them can find Shizune. Naruto looks around and finds a blade with a snake crest on it, with a piece of her clothing on it that was ripped. He shows it to Tsunade, as she would destroy a large rock in anger. Orochimaru has her. Naruto's eyes for the first time become blood red with a slit as orange chakra appears around his body. I'm going to kill him. Tsunade and Naruto leave the village with only rage in their hearts, as this will begin another arc. It takes them a little bit of time to find the location of Orochimaru's base, and they head in without any warning at all. Shizune was being held in a torture chamber when she hears loud crashes on the outside. She looked up at Kabuto smiling. You're dead meat now. Keep your mouth shut, woman. He punches her, but then she leans in towards his ear. Enjoy it, because that's the closest you'll ever be to getting inside of a woman. This causes him to blush as she laughs it off. Naruto and Tsunade are seen in the building, and they are confronted by the Sound Four. Naruto, within his mind, looked towards Kurama. May I ask for your help? The beast scoffs, and Naruto tells him that he can take over. Kurama would smirk as chakra flows around Naruto's body. He would then enter a one-tailed state and attack them. Tsunade runs past them, leaving this to Naruto. Naruto obliterates the Sound 4, even with a sick Kimimaro there as well. Minutes later, he was found by Sasuke, standing over the dead bodies of all of them. Sasuke got ready to fight, but as soon as Naruto looked towards him, his heart sank into the floor. The killer intent of Naruto seemed worse than that of Itachi, but how could that be? No, it wasn't just Naruto's anger who he felt. Naruto then saw the silhouette of the Nine Tails forming from Naruto's chakra. Sasuke then fell to his knees, and Naruto walked over. He grabbed him by the collar and lifted him up. Where is she? Who are you talking about? The woman that was captured during the attack on Konoha. Sasuke genuinely didn't know, so he was punched in the face and tossed to the side by Naruto. If you move from that spot, I'll kill you. Sasuke then laid against the broken glass and not knowing what to do, but just watch. Naruto stepped forward, and then, when any of Orochimaru's men confronted him, he killed them without hesitation. His tail beast chakra had already wore off by now, as now he was just in a complete rage. Shizune and Kabuto sat in the room until the door was broken down by Naruto. Looks like I found you. Kabuto has an immense fear overcome his body. He can't even move at all if he tried to. Naruto walks right by him and goes to Shizune, healing her body and setting her free. They walk out, and Naruto pushes Shizune from the room and closes it with wood release. Go find Granny Tsunade. She nods and walks off. Naruto then punches Kabuto in the face, sending him into the back wall. He tries to get up, but wood pins him to the wall. Naruto then walks closer to him and kicks him in the face, knocking out several teeth. He pulls out his blade and stabs Kabuto several times before healing him once again, and then doing it all over. He screams out in agony, wondering how a child like this could be so brutal and torture him. Kabuto begged for mercy, but Naruto couldn't even hear him. You think you deserve such a thing? Naruto creates a clone that holds out his tongue as he slices it off. Kabuto tries to scream, but he can't. Naruto then repairs it with healing jutsu and does it over several times. Kabuto, after many minutes, laid there, not having anything to say. His spirit was completely broken. Naruto left the room, and Shizune helped Tsunade defeat Orochimaru and his experiments, but she left him alive because they used to be comrades. But the next time, she promises that she'll finish the job. Now the three of them would leave the base, exhausted, and Naruto even passes out. Tsunade would look at the letters that she recovered, and some of the scrolls as well. So, where are the rest of you hiding? Tsunade studies the letters with Shizune for many months, until they locate the area where the rest of the Senju could possibly be. Far away from any village, there's a forest, and the Shinobi Legends book, as is detailed as a living forest. No one knows if the rumors are true, but it said the forest attacks people who come through it and kills them. The three of them begin heading that way after the ceremony for the new 5th Hokage, that being Jiraiya. He wished them luck on their adventure and says they're welcome to the village anytime. Naruto thanks him as the group would head off. Hey Granny, how long will it take us to find the forest? Who knows, Naruto? So make sure this is something you truly wish to do. It is. I want to help our people and the villages. The three of them would keep going to find this fairy tale forest as they travel for 5 months until they finally arrive in a mysterious forest far away from anything else. As the fog clouded the path, they didn't know which way to go. This must be it. Naruto steps forward, but Tsunade stops him. Hold on, Naruto. She throws a rock forward to see if the forest will react, but nothing happens. Alright, we can go in. The three begin walking down the path. But Naruto senses something is off. Without warning, the trees grab Tsunade and Shizune, dragging them into the darkness and the fog. Each one of them is taken in a different direction. Naruto creates 5 clones for each of them, while he still heads on, continuing in his own path. He knows they're strong, so they will be okay. Naruto keeps heading deeper and deeper into the forest while it attacks him. He begins to evade the trees and the branches around him that were blocking his path. He had to continuously move around. There's no way he could do this for weeks on end, but Naruto keeps running, until eventually, he has to fight back. He doesn't want to hurt the forest, no, because as he attacks it, he wonders why he feels this pain as well. This forest, it's somehow connected to him, but he doesn't understand it. Instead, he creates walls to evade the branches that try to stab him. He still can't find Shizune or Tsunade, as his clones had been destroyed, and they didn't report back to him. These weeks soon turn into months, as Naruto's supplies become increasingly low. He doesn't know how much longer he can hold out. The force was relentless, and he could only do so much without harming it. Right now, he knew that he needed to figure out a way to do something. He would create a pillar that sends him up into the air, hiding him from the forest. But even if he looked down, he couldn't see anything because of the deep fog. So instead, he goes back to his original training with Jiraiya. He begins to meditate. Without even knowing, he begins to meditate for days, maybe even weeks. As he sits in this position, feeling out the forest, it gets to the point where he begins to sense everything throughout the forest, and Naruto keeps going until he gets so good that he could see what he was sensing. As it leads him to finding a large town with hundreds of people in it, as in the center of the town, he saw Shizune and Tsunade tied up. Naruto opens his eyes, and at the same time Tsunade would do that with her own. Well, I hope you untitled brats are ready. My grandson is coming. I can feel it. A teen, well, a taller one, with a blade, points it down towards Tsunade and looks at her. I'm the heir to this clan. It doesn't matter who he is. Soon, night begins to fall, and Naruto arrives but seems completely different. He was using an imperfected sage mode similar to that of Hashirama. The teen, with gray hair and red markings, points his blade at Naruto. So you're the one this pitiful woman was talking about. Naruto looks at him, and then the injuries at Tsunade and Shizune. The teen keeps talking, but Naruto flash-stepped right by him and freed his family as he begins to heal them, but someone touches his shoulder. It's that very same person. Naruto then released his anger and bloodlust at the same time, causing the teen to swing down his blade. Naruto turns, catching it with his hand, which draws blood, but he slams his other fist into his opponent's face, sending him back. Naruto then turned back, noticing many adult Senju begin to surround them. You have challenged our leader, so for that a battle must commence. The teen then introduces himself. You've done it now. I am Sho Senju, descendant of Tobirama, heir to the Senju clan. Naruto smirks, pulling out his own blade. Nice to meet you. I'm Naruto Senju, descendant of Hashirama, heir to the Senju clan. The crowd gasped in shock, but believed this battle was somehow fated. They then rushed in at each other. Sho used the flying Raijin perfectly, which shocked Naruto. Good thing he was much faster than ever before thanks to his imperfected sage mode. He blocked the first swing, but was cut across his chest. He pushes off Sho and lands a kick to his side. After, he slams his hands to the ground, causing spikes of earth to head towards him. Sho dodges and performs his own hand signs. Water style. Twin water dragon jutsu. Giant dragons arise from a nearby water supply and rush down at Naruto. Fire style. Magma wall. Naruto forced lava to erupt from the ground and block the attack, causing steam to fill the area. Big mistake, because I've got you now. Sho tries to end the battle, but Naruto dodges thanks to Sage Mode, and kicks him to the ground. He then holds both the blades to Sho's neck and says it's over. The steam would clear up, and many shout for Naruto to now end it and become the next leader by killing Sho. Naruto looks down and shakes his head. No, that's not the way our ancestors would want it. Sho tells Naruto that one of them has to die. Naruto then drops the blades, turning one of them on himself. So be it. He goes to kill himself in order for Sho to stay alive and continue leading the Senju, and Tsunade jumps up. She knows she's too far away, but she still has to try. However, to her shock, the blade is stopped by Sho. I've seen enough. You've proven your pure heart, selflessness, and your strength by defeating me. I see no better leader than you, Naruto. Actually, Sho, I had something else in mind. What is it? Naruto explains and Sho stands up. From this day forward, the Senju will be led by 2 leaders. Me and Naruto. If any of you object, step forward now. No one does so, and the two would smile. Sho then begins to show Naruto around, as he would settle in the Senju village with Tsunade and Shizune. Years pass, with Naruto mastering Sage Mode and becoming increasingly strong. He also helps change the infrastructure of the clan, giving them a council of elders that are elected every couple of years. This way, power is available to all, and there will be no corruption. The Senju form a group of insanely strong diplomatic warriors that will be dispatched into the shinobi world. They are not allowed to interfere with the villages as they are, but if protection is required or corruption is found, they will be the ones to take care of it. The one who leads the main covert ops unit is Naruto, of course. While out on their first mission, Naruto's team discovers a Leaf Village, but in shambles of what it used to be. So, there was an attack here. Spread out and save as many civilians as you can. If you run into any trouble, create a signal for the rest of us so we can come find you. The men, in old-fashioned shinobi armor, would nod and vanish at Naruto's orders. Naruto also creates clones that begin to meditate as he heads off. Jiraiya was surrounded by the 6 paths of pain, but Naruto had arrived to assist him. Hey, pervy sage. Looks like I made it just in time. Naruto. Is that really you? Yeah, it is. But also here, Naruto's appearance had changed. To honor his ancestor, his hair now flowed at a medium length, and he wore a dark orange armor. Of course it's me. And it looks like you're in more trouble than you thought. Naruto, you'll have to rely on the Nine Tails to even keep up with them. My perfected Sage Mode is only able to hold them off, as I can't do much more than that. Oh, so you perfected it. That's great. Then this should be easy for us. Naruto heals Jiraiya, giving him a boost in stamina, and then we see his clone enter Sage Mode as he would do so as well. Naruto. That can't be. Jiraiya looks on as his pupil begins stretching his arms. And who said we're going to fight the enemy alone? After all, I did achieve my own goals. Naruto, that means... Yep. Naruto then creates a giant Rasengan above his head, alerting the Senju where he was. Naruto then vanished, slamming it into one of the paths of pain, with Jiraiya rushing another. The Senju arrive as well and take on the rest of the paths as Jiraiya focuses on the Diva path. He tries to reason with Nagato, but it doesn't work. Not at all. And he's forced to destroy the body of Yahiko with tears in his eyes. Naruto and Jiraiya then leave the Leaf and head to find where the real Nagato was, which they do. The three have a long conversation, and Nagato smiles. Well, Jiraiya-sensei, you have a fine student. He reminds me so much of Yahiko, who entrusted everything to me. So it's only right that I do the same with him. I leave the world in your capable hands, Naruto Senju. Naruto would nod and leave the room, and Nagato performs a Rinne rebirth, reviving all the dead shinobi within the Leaf Village, and then passes away. Jiraiya would look to Konan, telling her she's allowed to stay in the Leaf Village, and bury Nagato here if she wishes to do so. She could even become a part of the village, and see Nagato's dream come to life. She says she wants to decide on her own, but she will bury Nagato here. Jiraiya respects her wishes, but she says she has something else for him to do. After they do so, Jiraiya would head back to the Leaf with Naruto, where a celebration for the heroes was being held. Jiraiya tells Naruto that there will be a Kage summit soon, and Naruto would smirk. Me and Sho, the other head of the Senju, will be there. Jiraiya nods and Naruto throws his hood back over his head, leaving the area with the rest of the Senju to prepare for what could possibly be their last battle if everything were to go wrong. Weeks would pass as a Kage summit would be held, especially with the attack on the Cloud Village. All 5 Kage sat in the room, but then 2 others walked in. Sho is the first to speak, because he was more diplomatic than Naruto. Greetings, 5 Kage of our great nations. It's a pleasure to finally meet you all. All the Kage and their guards get ready to attack, but Jiraiya raises his hand, telling them to calm down. Let's listen to what the boys have to say. Thank you, Lord Fifth. As I was saying, my name is Sho Senju, and here's someone I'd like to call my own brother, Naruto Senju. We are the descendants of the great Hashirama and Tobirama. Anoki turned to the teens, looking at each of them, as the resemblance was uncanny. The Raikage tells him to get on with it. Right. We've come to propose an idea for peace among your villages. The Senju will help oversee and stop the corruption within the world, whether you like it or not. So, we're just supposed to let the Senju dictate us? No, not at all. What the Senju will be doing is protecting the peace when a village is no longer able to handle their responsibilities. We will stop war and great battles from happening, as the Senju will also have no affiliation with any village and will remain in the shadows, watching until they are needed. Before they could discuss any more of the plans, 2 people arrived in the room. Sasuke was seen hanging from the ceiling looking down at them, and the masked man sat in the middle of the table, declaring war on the great nations. Well, let's put a stop to that, Naruto. Right. Naruto looks up at Sasuke and smiles, rushing him. The masked man goes to attack, but a blade then stabs his eye as Sho used the flying Raijin. Obito breaks the blade and jumps away, removing his mask. So now you don't have what makes your clan so powerful. What will you do? Naruto. Yeah. Naruto then throws his blade back to Sho, who would catch it. You're pitiful, if you think that's what makes me strong. Obito begins to perform hand signs until both his hands are cut off by Sho, and he's knocked out. Naruto and Sasuke were going back and forth, with Sasuke showing off the Amaterasu. The black flames begin to surround Naruto's body until he does something that shocks everyone. The flames were absorbed. Naruto then reveals the Rinnegan, which was in his left eye. Let's end this. He kicks Sasuke out of the building where the battle would continue, and the 2 clash over and over, as Sasuke here already had the EMS, and he utilizes it to its fullest potential, forming the full-body Susanoo armor. Naruto would smirk. Well, I guess this is a chance to use this jutsu finally. Naruto enters Sage mode within minutes, and slams his hands together. Sage art, wood release, true several thousand hands. The giant statue appears, and the hands of the wood release rain down like meteors onto the Susanoo, destroying it completely. Sasuke is captured as well, and the 2 of them are taken into captivity by the Senju in 2 separate locations, as each will stand trial and be punished for their crimes and actions. The shinobi world now begins to move towards times of peace, with the Senju always being ready, in the shadows, waiting for a new enemy to someday appear. That's the end of the story. I really hope you guys enjoyed it too. I've grown bored of the usual canon storyline, so I usually just end up creating my own, but also including canon events. But I also do this for the different variants of Naruto, because I don't think he would go through the usual story, especially if he comes from a different family in each timeline. Leave your thoughts down below in the comments, as I'd appreciate it if you guys left a like on this video as well. And also consider subscribing so you don't miss out when I upload content like this on my channel. This is Zero, and I'll catch you all on the next one.